Hey guys, Carlz0r here, and today we're going to be taking a look at a game called Magnetic by Nature. This is a new Steam release by a relatively new indie company named Team Triple Slash. And as far as I know, this is their first game. It's definitely the first one that they've released on Steam. And it's a puzzle platformer in which, if you couldn't guess, the main puzzle-solving element is going to be positive and negative magnetization, and interacting with various things in the environment with that magnetization to get from the beginning to the end of a stage. There are several different sets of stages, and they get a little bit more complicated as you go along. They start out pretty simple, just teaching you the basics, and it starts to get a little bit more complicated over time. They start to keep on throwing new ideas at you, which kind of keeps the game feeling a little bit more fresh, I suppose. So we're going to take a look at the game a little bit here. We're going to go ahead and hop into some levels, and by the way, here's the control scheme if you like. You can actually play with the mouse and keyboard, although if you're playing with the mouse and keyboard, the only thing that the mouse does is turn on your attract or repel for your magnetism. You don't like aim or anything with it. You can move with WASD and spacebar. Spacebar is jump. You can also move with the arrow keys, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, you can also move with the arrow keys, and it seems like you can also use M and N on the keyboard for attract and repel. I, however, am using the Xbox 360 controller layout that you see there on the right. Left trigger is attract, right trigger is repel. The left analog stick is running around, and the A button is jumping. And that's basically all you need to know for that. I personally always recommend that you play side-scrolling platformers like this, especially ones with a lot of different controls, with a controller if you have one. But if you don't, I think this game is probably perfectly playable without it. I obviously prefer using the controller. You guys know me well enough by now that you know that I always play these kinds of games with my controller. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the first area here. This is basically stuff that I've already done. Something I should also mention is that every stage has a semi-hidden collectible item. First stage doesn't use any magnetism at all. It's just basic, this is how you jump. The collectible only shows up the first time you play the level, or, I mean, until you collect it. I mean, you don't miss it or anything if you don't get it. But if you've collected the collectible on a stage, then you've got nothing to worry about anymore. It doesn't show up anymore. After that, you are just repeating the levels if you want to go through and get better times. As you can see, there is a kind of a time speedrunning sort of mechanic here, where it keeps track of how quickly you went through the level. It shows you like global leaderboards there. As you can see, I was a little bit slower than Kit, who currently has the top time. I think there is maybe at least one stage. Oops. Let me go back really quick to the hub. I think there is at least one stage where I still have the #1 rank. Let's see. Oh. Sometimes it doesn't want to show all of the times for all of the different stages. I think this is some kind of bug or server error on their end. Because I have completed all these stages, you can tell because the little medallions there, the orange things, the left one, I believe, means that you got to the end, and the right one means that you got the collectible. And you can see my zone progress and zone collectibles there. Anyway, let's try out another stage. Let's go to companions. This will show off some of the magnetic elements a little bit differently here. So in this one we have these free moving magnets, and we can kind of push them around with our magnetism. The thing is that, I mean, that also affects how we can move. You see, not only am I pulling them towards me, but Newton's laws of motion and stuff say that for every action there is an equal but opposite reaction. So while I'm pushing or pulling them, I'm also pushing or pulling myself relative to them. Which is a pretty interesting mechanic, I must say. That's the end of the stage there, the weird little triple white flower thing, whatever it's supposed to be. I'm going to go ahead and go through a couple more stages here, and then we'll go on to the secondary, because that also introduces some new gameplay mechanics that kind of... Oops, I totally screwed that up. I've actually gotten through this stage really fast before. I'm probably not going to be able to do it again, especially since I'm recording. I can never perform under pressure. Anyway, go through a couple more stages here. This one's really fun. These circles that have the alternating pattern of red and blue around them, they can be used to attract or repel from. Oh, I'm usually a lot better at that. Hold on. I'm blowing it. There we go. So depending on which trigger you're pulling, it will attract or repel you. Some things, if it's glowing all red or all blue, that is attract or repel only. Well, kind of opposite. Red is repel. As you can see here, these things are only glowing red, so I can only repel from them. And these things are blue, so I can only attract to them. And that can actually help in a lot of cases, because otherwise you might end up holding the button for too long and you'll end up repelling yourself away from something that you actually wanted to attract to next, like if you're in midair, like in that pit stage a little while ago. Oh, that was bad. So, oops. I really want to, like, show off how fluid and nice this game can be, but I'm not always good enough to be able to do that. There we go. That's some nice swinging there. And you do have air control, and you have control while you're magnetizing around and stuff like that, so you can kind of influence your path by moving around the analog stick while you're flipping about the stage and stuff. So that is something to keep in mind, especially to get those high score things. I actually want to exit out to the hub. We're going to go to the second area and play some of those stages, and I'll also be able to show you there what the collectibles that are on each stage look like. Now, I only have these first two sections unlocked. I played a decent... See, that's weird. Oh, okay, it's fixed itself now. For a second it was saying zone progress and zone collectibles 100%, even though I've only done the first couple stages of this area. Now, the new mechanic that they're kind of introducing here, it was only used very sparingly in previous areas, is that there are these kind of semi-visible translucent walls, and depending on what color they are, that determines whether you are going to be able to pass through them, or whether only the magnets are going to be able to pass through them. Here, I'll use this as an example. I can go through this red wall here, and of course I made myself jump off, because I'm an idiot. So, I can go through this red wall, but the magnet cannot. But it can go through the blue wall, and I cannot. So there are going to be several stages taking advantage of that in the near future, and they're kind of introducing that concept to you now. Although the blue-hued areas were used in a couple of the first area levels, like that Companions one that I showed you. I believe there were some blue-hued areas that only the magnet could go into. Oh yeah, I should probably pull that. I like when they introduce stuff with the free-floating... Ah, there's one of the collectibles right there. So what I need to do is figure out how to get up there. I can knock this down, pull it. I'm not always the brightest when it comes to this game, just in case you hadn't guessed. There we go, I got the collectible. Now, I guess I can just head down this way. Yeah, there's the exit. So that was a level that I hadn't done at all yet, and sometimes you end up taking a little bit of extra time, figuring things out, maybe finding the collectible, but if you want to try again to get a better time, then you can always do that. So I'm going to start out by attracting that down here. Oops. Here, how about I restart really quick because I screwed that up. Alright, we're going to start out by attracting that so that it falls down here. Then we're going to push ourselves up with it. Then quickly, this is actually very similar to an Area 1 stage, except they have more of the... see, I got a lot closer to the number 1 rank there. They introduced the walls, the translucent walls in this one, so it's a little bit different. Some of the stages, I will admit, are kind of samey in some ways, and I think that's made up for by the amount of originality that's given in other stages. I'm thinking there's going to be a collectible, like right down here. Yes, there is. And I'm going to head over. Oops. Screwed that up. Alright. Ha! Screwed it up again. Yeah. I think you have to get the collectible and make it to the exit, but I'm not sure, so I'm going to go back down here and check again. Yeah, the collectible is still down there, so... Oh, I'm definitely going to have to use the middle thing to get over there. I'm not skilled enough to kind of half-ass it like I was trying to. Okay. I can do that stage a lot faster without trying to get the collectibles, so I am going to replay that one really quick and see what I can do here. So we're going to attract ourselves over here, over here, over here. Go ahead and blast ourselves off, and if you overshoot it, you lose like a valuable second or two. But now it's not showing the ranks or anything anymore anyway. I'm not sure what's up with that glitch. Hopefully that gets fixed soon, but if that's like a deal breaker for you, you might want to wait a little bit longer, just to make sure that they get that kind of thing sorted out. I'm sure it's probably just going to be some kind of patch that they need to do, or some kind of server issue that they need to solve or something. It's looking like I have to work this thing around this maze. So that's what I'm going to do. Maybe if I push it right now, yeah. And then, how do I get to it from there? Do I have to go back up to the top and pull it? Probably. Pull it up here, over here, down there. If I go down this side, then I can push it. And I can push it again. And then we can push it all the way across. And now we can get out. Oh. I didn't even notice that the thing for the collectible had opened up. This stage is going to take a while no matter what you're doing, but I guess you could get really good at solving that maze and then maybe get a pretty good time. Yeah, it looks like the fastest person to do that still took 26 seconds to do it. I'm going to give it a try really quick without having to worry about the collectible and see how that works out. Oh, okay, I want to go down the other side first, I think. Restart. And I want to push that up as high as I can. Go over here and swing around. Pull it up. And across. And over there. Come down this side and give it a tap. Give it another tap. Oops, I screwed that up. There we go. Now I can actually like attract myself to it to get a little bit of extra speed there. Not much, but a little bit. And, well, at least I got a lot closer to the #1 rank. Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with the online leaderboards thing. Hopefully they get that problem sorted out soon, because that could be really frustrating to some people. I don't care that much about getting like the best time or anything. I do like to have like a non-embarrassing score. Oh, I forgot to try to get the collectible for this. I didn't even see it. I wasn't paying attention. It's probably really high up or something. Oh, wait, it's right here, so... Oh, I see what I gotta do. Okay. So... blast myself back up. Oh. Come on. Yep. Yeah, there we go. So as you guys can see, I'm not the best at this game, but I do enjoy playing it. Honestly, for a first effort from a brand new company, it's really phenomenal, to be honest. Oops, I saw where the collectible probably was, and... Oops, hit the wrong button again. Yeah, I saw where the collectible probably was, and I decided that, yeah, that is where it is. Alright. I need to get, like, this perfect rhythm going with these. Nope. Alright. Oh, okay. That comes all the way over. Now... Alright. I'm sorry to have offended you. There we go. Now... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Alright. Let's calm down for a second here. Let's all be civil people. Oh, no! Okay. I'm embarrassing myself now, so this might be a good time to go ahead and end the video soon. I think you guys have gotten the gist of what Magnetic by Nature has to offer. I am currently performing really terribly. I need to redeem myself before this is over, so bear with me for a few more seconds, Unless you don't want to, that's fine too. Oh boy. Alright. Yeah, and I like how there's different types of magnetized things too, like those triangular ones. They only push in the direction of the big flat side. There we go. That was better. Anyway, and the leaderboard thing isn't working again for some reason. Anyway, that is Magnetic by Nature. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.